Welcome to my new YouTube channel, C.A.P.E Conversations. We are officially done with the adoption process. We finally adopted our little girl and our little boy, and that experience has taught my wife and I so much. So how are we going to do this? The Speak for MC channel is going to be primarily for tips and tools to help professionals, and then live clips from my presentations, trainings, and keynotes. This new channel, think of C.A.P.E Conversations as the taking action channel. Our goal is short term to educate and make people aware, and long term to actually affect and create real legislation that can better position others to help others. The three main areas of C.A.P.E Conversations are going to be juvenile justice, workforce development, and child welfare. I'm going to utilize books, C.A.P.E Conversations, a roadmap to communicating with the child welfare system, and C.A.P.E Conversations, how superheroes communicate with children, are already live. One of the most powerful things you can do for people is give them information, knowledge, and resources that can inspire them to take action and be successful when they do so. We're also going to use C.A.P.E Conversations to lean heavy into the podcast game. So we're going to do the podcast game in two ways. One, I'm going to do real interviews with individuals that work in workforce development, child welfare, and juvenile justice. The second way, which I'm really excited about, is live streams. I'm going to have weekly live streams, and we are going to call it the Aware News Network. And what does AWARE stand for? Asking why and requiring everyone. I'm going to update you on the local news, headlines, and topics related to those specific fields as it relates to our laws, our statutes, stories. We need to know what's going on in order to positively affect it. So Speak for MC will focus on those trainings, those workshops, those keynote speeches, give you a live look of me going across the country, training, helping others. Think of Speak for MC as casting a wide net with regards to inspiring change, and C.A.P.E Conversations is more focused on child welfare, juvenile justice, and workforce development. I'm starting this C.A.P.E Conversations channel from scratch with only one subscriber. So what I want you to do is, if this is something that interests you, hit that subscribe button. If you have someone in your network that you think could benefit from this type of content, please share it with them as well. That means a lot. So as someone who's the Florida State Rep for C.A.P.E, we will talk about the initiatives and important news stories related to workforce development. As Vice Chair of the Circuit 6 Advisory Board through the Department of Juvenile Justice, I'm going to ensure that young people who make mistakes aren't defined by those, but rather those mistakes are leveraged as lessons so they can reach their potential. And then finally, as an adoptive dad of 2 children through the Florida foster care system, we're going to make sure that the most vulnerable population, a population that is exposed to trauma and disruption at no fault of their own, are supported like they should, that get the help they deserve, that they're given stability. So I appreciate you joining me on this journey. I am very excited. We're going to talk, we're going to educate, we're going to make people aware, but most importantly, we're going to take action. We're going to ask why, and we're going to require everyone. And that includes you. So I hope you join me on this journey. See y'all soon.